Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone and our beloved lecturer, Dr. Mazudin Mustafa. So today we will present to you about our project, which is the title given, the comparison between carbon fiber and the graphene. So this group will consist about 5 members who are Muhammad Farid, Muhammad Ifan, Dr. Ifan, Zafran, and me, Wang Abdullah. Next, I will give you a short introduction about our technical report. As we know, in Formula One automotive industry, carbon fiber was used in Formula One car and have a massive production for many years. We can see the problem statement that we made for this project. We know that many Formula One cars that use carbon fiber, and it had faced many problems, such as their car not able to be with maximum speed, as we know that carbon fiber is quite heavy. After we done about some tests, we know that carbon fiber has some weaknesses. Fortunately, we found that another atomic structure is familiar and even better to the carbon fiber, which is graphene. So for the hypothesis for this technical report, we know that we are sure that graphene is the best material and its properties are better than carbon fiber. Next, I pass to Muhammad Farhan.
Okay, so for performance and cost, we're going to compare two different materials, which is carbon fiber and graphene. For carbon fiber, first, it is designed for strength and stiffness, and two, it can have high stiffness and tensile strength. Third, its strength to weight ratio and stiffness to weight ratio due to its low density is only around 1.6 gram per centimeter cube. And fourth, carbon fiber have high tensile strength while being lightweight, and the cost of carbon fiber is around $21.5 per kilogram. For graphene, it is considered as the world's best strength to weight ratio, and it has a structure like a sponge-like and a density of only 5% and has 10 times the strength of steel. It's also strongest of all known materials in two dimensions, and the cost of it is around $100 per gram, and it is very expensive. Next.
Moving on to the synthesis and processing part. For the carbon fiber part, the process are divided to 5 processes, which is spinning, stabilizing, carbonizing, surface treatment, and sizing. The process start with spinning, where acrylonitrile plastic powders are mixed with other plastic in a polymerization process. Next is the stabilizing process, where the fibers are heated for 30 to 120 minutes so the fibers can chemically alter their linear atomic bonding. Then the carbonizing process, where the fibers are heated in a furnace with gas mixture that doesn't contain oxygen. After the fiber are carbonized, the surface are oxidized during the surface treatment process so that it can improve the fiber bonding characteristic. And lastly, the fibers are coated with coating materials such as epoxy and threaded onto the bobines during the sizing process. As for the graphene, there are several ways to make it, which is mechanical and thermal exfoliation, chemical vapor deposition, epitaxial growth, and chemical reduction. We chose the process of CVD to make our graphene. Graphene are made by CVD into process, which is the pyrolysis of the material on the substrate. This is to avoid carbon cluster by using high heat source to get the energy necessary to break the carbon bond. Next is the heat intensive step, which assembles the dissociated carbons. Copper acts as a good catalyst and substrate, as it can bind to carbon atom and easily create a layer of graphene. Copper oxide can also be put between the layers, so it will be easier to remove a single layer of graphene. Lastly, graphene needs to be annealed to produce high quality and low defect graphene, and it is better with high anneal temperature because it leads to formation of homogeneous multilayer and lower defects. Moving on to the next one.
Okay, next I'll be talking about the microstructure of carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is formed based on a stage called carbonization, which involves physical and chemical process. The composite consists of 90% polyacrylate and 10% rayon and petroleum, which consists of long strings of molecules held together by carbon atoms. The structure of carbon fiber is anastrophic, represents the crystalline condensed among themselves in which the amorphous sites consist of carbon atoms. Next is the microstructure of graphene. Graphene is a single layer of multitude of lattice which makes of graphite, made up of millions sheets of graphene intermolecular layered on top of each other with very weak dispersion forces. The microstructure of graphene consists of single-layer carbon atoms tightly bonded in a hexagonal honeycomb lattice. Lastly, graphene has an ultra highly thermal conductivity and lightweight, which is useful as a reinforcer when it comes to fabricating polymer composite with high strength. Thank you.
For its composition for a carbon fiber material consisting of fibers around 5 to 10 micrometer in diameter and composed of carbon atoms. Its crystal alignment that gives the fiber height strength to the volume ratio. The raw material used to make the carbon fiber is called the precursor. For the graphene is one atom thick or referred known as 2D materials. Each carbon atom covalently connected to 3 other carbon atoms. Every atom is on the surface and accessible from all sides, allowing for the increased interaction with the molecules. It also has high thermal conductivity, making it suitable for dissipating heat. Next one. For the data analysis, we are comparing between the carbon fiber and graphene. For its performance and cost, carbon fiber height stiffness and tensile strength, its strength to weight ratio and stiffness to weight ratio due to low density, and it costs around 21.5 kg per dollar. For the graphene is work by strength to weight ratio. It has 5% the density of steel but 10 times the strength, and it costs around $100 per gram. For its synthesizing and processing, for the carbon fiber is around 1 to 50 hours based on size. For the graphene is around 30 to 120 minutes. For the microstructure, carbon fiber is carbonization, which involves physical and chemical process. For the graphene is a single layer of multitudes of lattice that make up graphite as made of millions of sheets of graphene intermolecularly. The last one for the composition, carbon fiber consists of fibers around 5 to 10 micrometer in diameter and composed of carbon atoms. And the last one for the graphene is one atom thick as known as 2D, and each carbon atom covalently connected to 3 other carbon atoms. That's all.
Next, I will give you the conclusion of our lab report. So to summarize, graphene is the most recommended material for Formula One's car because it had been demonstrated to be superior in most aspects such as performance, cost, microstructure, composition, synthesizing, and processing. Next, graphene can be replaced carbon fiber because of its increased strength and has rich functionalities. This characteristic can make a better Formula One car in the upcoming years. So we can found that the hypothesis is accepted. To conclude, graphene should replace carbon fiber and it is the best material in producing Formula One car. That's all from us. Thank you.